the practical aspect, the practical aspects, so that we'll have some tasks and assignments also. I will give you towards the end of this section, so that you will be well versed in the concepts what we are discussing today and the coming days. Okay. I already shared a Partlet link with the Professor Krishna Prasad. Maybe he'll be sharing that in the WhatsApp group of the teachers, so that you can, if you have any doubts or any clarifications required during the section, you can post it in the Padlet. I will explain that also, what is a Padlet. And I think some of you might be using the tool Padlet. It is a free tool, so that you can post your doubts, or if you have any suggestions, that also on the Padlet. I will share my screen. This is the Padlet. You can see padlet.com. If you are not using it, it's a free tool. Paid one is also there. I'm using a paid one because it has got more features. So this is also useful for your teaching learning activities. You can go to padlet.com, and you can sign up using your Gmail or any mail ID. I hope my screen is visible, no?
Yeah, visible, sir. Visible.
Yeah. So this is the example of a Padlet. I have shared 2 Padlet links.
Yeah. Should I share, sir, now?
Yeah. In the evening, I have just shared. You
Yeah.
can share it with the faculty team.
Okay, I'll share here in the chat window.
Yeah. So this is the Padlet where you can post your doubts, or if there are any clarifications, you can just click this plus sign, the bottom, click this one, so that you can you can post your queries here. So first of all, you can join the Padlet. You can log into Padlet, so that you can also use Padlet for your teaching learning. I will explain how it will be useful when we implement outcome-based education, such things. So this is one Padlet I have shared. And another one is this one. Here what you can use is, you can, yeah, when we are going towards, during the session, we can post you can frame some questions in your subject on Bloom's taxonomy by using Bloom's taxonomy, and you can post your questions here. Okay, so that during the course of the section, I will explain what you can do there. And if you have any clarifications required, any suggestions, any doubts regarding the section, or regarding OBE, attainment calculation, or mapping, all these things we will cover. So all during these days, you can post your doubts here, so that also we will discuss. Okay, towards the end of the section, we will clear all your doubts. Okay, now we will start with a report. I think Dr. Suresh Namboodir has handled a section there. Have you discussed this report there?
Yeah, only little bit, sir. Only 2 slides he has discussed.
Okay.
You
So
can start from beginning, sir.
Yeah. Just we will have a discussion on this slide, this report, so that we can understand the relevance of outcome-based education. This is actually one of the reports of an ethnographic study conducted in Indian education system. And that study was conducted by around more than 160 professionals. They are all global professionals, we can say. And this is supposed to be the largest pan-India ethnography study conducted in the Indian education system. Okay. And this is one of the report. You can see the bottom line, 94% of graduates are confused graduates. Okay, that means the students who are studying in Indian higher education institutions, out of 194, they are confused graduate, or in other words, they can recall facts and repeat information. That means if you ask questions like what is or define something, okay, they will just memorize the concept and they will write the answer for that particular question. Okay. Now, the second level, and this is the Bloom's taxonomy level 1, remembering level. The Bloom's taxonomy level 2 is the understanding level or comprehension. We can see only 3.7% of graduates are average graduates. That means they can explain ideas or concepts, whatever they understand. They will understand the concept and they can explain in their own words. Okay. So we have only 3.7% who are supposed to be the average graduates. Then if you go to the higher order like apply, that is the third level of learning in Bloom's taxonomy. Only 1.5% of graduates are practical graduates, that means they can use the information in new situations. So they can understand a concept and they are able to apply it in a different situation, a real life situation. Okay, so that's about the practical graduates. Now you can see if you go to the higher orders like analyze, evaluate, create, etc. We have only less than 1% students, Indian students, who are we can say who are innovators and startup founders. Okay, so they belong to the higher order category, or if we can ask questions on the analyze level or evaluate level or create level, these students may be able to answer those questions. Okay, so that's about the report. And now you can see the first two levels. The students belong to the first two categories. They may not find a job in future. Can you say what is the reason for that? It is difficult for the first two categories of students to find a job in future. So what is the reason? Any idea? You can put in the chat box.
Yeah, you can chat here for sir's question. I will read out that question if you chat.
Okay. Any reason? Could you find any reason for that?
Here one answer like industry looks for skills.
Industry looks for skills. Okay. Okay. It's there in the chat box. I cannot see the chat box. Is it there in the chat box?
Yeah, it is there, sir.
Okay. Just
Dr. Shailashri Viti madam expressed her view as industry looks for skills.
okay. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So that is one of the reason, definitely.
Another one is market is in need of skills and expertise in cutting edge technologies from Srinath Rao.
Okay. That's good. Okay. See, I could not see the chat. Just I'm checking it. My screen is visible now, or
Yes, sir, visible.
this is visible, no? Screen is
Yeah.
visible. Okay. See, the main reason is, AI will replace all these jobs. So these are all repetitive jobs these students can do. if they are only in the first two levels of Bloom's taxonomy, that is the rumor level and understanding level, the artificial intelligence will replace these jobs. That is the main reason. Or we can say the robots can do all these things. Okay. So as a faculty, we need to upgrade our students, or we have to bring our students minimum to the apply level. Okay, then only they will be able to find a good job in future. So, and that is the relevance of outcome-based education. Okay, so we will be discussing on OBE, how we can raise the standards of the students. The skills are very important, definitely. If the student should be able to apply the concept what they study in the classroom. Okay, now I will share my slide. Just 1 minute. My slide is visible now, Bloom's taxonomy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. We will start with the Bloom's taxonomy today. This also you might be aware of, you are comfortable with the Bloom's taxonomy, but we will discuss it once again because it's very important when we go with outcome-based education. Okay. So everybody knows what is learning, so I will skip some of the introductory slides. Learning is a process that leads to change. Learning is a process of bringing out certain desired behavioral changes in an individual. And the expected goal of a curriculum in terms of demonstrable skills or knowledge is termed as learning objectives. So the earlier days when we design a curriculum, when we design syllabus, we used to write the objectives, the syllabus. But nowadays what we will do, we will write the outcomes. So what is an outcome? Learning outcomes are the observable and measurable end product of learning. It is the observable indicators of objectives. That means, see, for example, for this section, we are starting with the Bloom's taxonomy. And if I conduct an assessment, the beginning of the section, and another assessment at the end of the section. So that difference in the behavioral changes, or that difference in terms of the skills or knowledge, okay, acquired during this section, that is the outcome of this section. Okay, outcome of this section on Bloom's taxonomy. The same way we have the course outcomes. We used to start our semester in the beginning of the semester, a particular course, delivering the course, and in between we have the teaching learning activities. And again, at the end of the semester, we have the semester end examinations. So teaching, learning, assessment activities throughout the semester we are conducting. And what is the skill, what is the change happening in the students, in the skills, knowledge, or attitude also. That change, that difference, that is the outcome of the course, or we call it course outcome. The same way we have the program outcome and the program specific outcome. So we'll be discussing all these things in the coming days. Now, coming with the Bloom's taxonomy, everybody knows this person. He's the Benjamin Bloom, who has designed the Bloom's taxonomy. You can see the sentence at the bottom of the slide. Bloom's taxonomy framework is the basis for designing curriculum in selection of teaching methodology and design of appropriate exam questions. So everywhere we use Bloom's taxonomy. Is the basis for designing curriculum in selection of teaching methodology and design of appropriate exam questions. For the curriculum design, then teaching learning activities, we need Bloom's taxonomy concept. And for assessment also, we need Bloom's taxonomy concept. So this is very important when we go for outcome-based education. Now, Bloom's taxonomy means classification. So it is actually, it's a set of 3 hierarchical models. There are 3 models which are designed by Benjamin Bloom. So before that, I have a question for you. As all of you are faculty members, what are the qualities of a good teacher? Can you give some of the attributes of a good teacher, a great teacher? You can put in the chat box. Anybody? Any suggestions from your side? What are the qualities of a good teacher?
Interactive lectures to inspire students.
Okay, it is there in the chat box, sir?
Yeah, it is there, sir. I
I
think you
cannot
can
see
see
the
chat.
chat. I cannot see the chat. I don't know what happened.
You can see, I hope, as you are a
Only I'm
co-host.
seeing you have posted that parlor link that I can see. But, the remaining chats I couldn't see. Okay, maybe. So, what are the attributes, sir? Can you just read out?
Yeah, that the interactive lectures
Yeah,
to inspire students
yeah.
should be updated. These are some
Knowledge
answers.
updation. Yeah,
Role model, inspiration,
yeah.
practical oriented teaching.
Okay. So, what about some other skills like communication skill is required? No, communication skill is required. Knowledge is required. Updated knowledge. Okay, motivating students. That is again inspiration. Empathy, sympathy towards the students. So, all these are different attributes. Okay, which will make you a great teacher, I can say. Now, so we can divide all these attributes broadly into three categories. Can you say what are they? Attitude, skill, knowledge, or we call it ask. Attitude, skill, knowledge. These are the three pillars of a teacher, or we can say these are the three pillars of a professional. If you want to become a good professional, these are the three pillars like attitude, skill, and knowledge. And if you're comfortable with all these attributes or these, you'll be a good professional or you'll be a good teacher, in other words. You can see the different domains, the three domains designed by Benjamin Bloom. One is cognitive domain, intellectual abilities and skills. That is the knowledge. Affective domain is the attitude, and psychomotor domain represents the skills. So again, you can see attitude, skill, and knowledge. So these are the three domains already designed by Benjamin Bloom. Now, coming to the Bloom's taxonomy, this pyramid, uh, I think all of you might have seen this several times. So this is the pyramid. This is the hierarchical model for the cognitive domain. Okay, so it starts with the remembering level, then understanding, then applying, finalizing, analyzing, evaluating, and finally creating. Okay, so remembering means the students has to memorize the things, and you may asking questions like what is or define or state something, etc. So these are all questions comes under the remembering level category. Understanding means explaining ideas or concept. So student has to understand the concept and they to explain in their own words, that is understanding. Then comes the applying, using information in another familiar situations. So applying the concept, that is applied. Analyzing means breaking information into parts and exploring relationships and associations. For example, if you want to buy a mobile phone, what you will do? You will study about different sets, the features, okay, the hardware, everything. You will have an analysis of the different sets. So for that analysis, you need uh, um, sound knowledge in the technological things or maybe in electronics. Maybe you should have proper knowledge of the different features. Okay. Otherwise, what we'll do, people like me, we used to assign that my children we assign our children to study the different sets and suggest the best one for us because they are more comfortable with these technologies. Okay, so there is analyzing and evaluating means after analyzing the things, you will be selecting selecting one of the sets. Okay, that is the evaluation part. Then the creating the highest order. Or in other words, as a faculty member, you will be doing research. You'll have the research work, you'll be publishing research papers. So what you are doing, in that research, you'll be having a review of literature. Like you will be collecting different research papers, and you will be analyzing the research done by somebody else in a particular topic. And that is the analyzing part. And after analyzing, what you will do, you will identify a gap. Okay, that is the evaluation. You'll be evaluating it, and finally, you'll be creating a new research paper. You'll be coming out with a new research paper. That is the creating. Okay, so otherwise, evaluation means if you take an example of a judge, what the judge is doing, the judge will be analyzing the the cases on different aspects, and after a thorough understanding of the case or the uh, all the other aspects related to that cases, and finally he'll be making the judgment. That is the evaluation part. Okay, so this is a hierarchical model, and it is not easy to frame questions on the higher order. It is very easy for us as a faculty, we can say, it is very easy for us to frame questions in the lower order, but it may be difficult when we go to the higher order. Okay, so framing questions is actually a difficult task at the same time that will improve the quality of teaching. Okay, it is not a easy task if you want to frame a higher order question. Goa IIT, they conducted an exam during the COVID time. They asked every student to frame questions. So every student has to frame questions on that particular subject and to answer the questions framed by the student itself. Okay. So, and every student is asked to frame questions, and finally, uh, uh, sorry, uh, the students, they have framed questions, and the mark is given based on the quality of the questions, not of the answers. So framing a quality question, that is very, it's a very important task. It's a creative task. It's not an easy one. Just 1 minute, I will just make Professor Krishna Prasad the host. I think he's. I got a message that to make Professor Krishna Prasad a co-host, I think. But he is not joined. He's not. His name is not there. That's all. Yeah, yeah, but I could, when I right click it, it's not coming. It's not coming like that. Yeah. In the participants list, you have the SU search online meet is there. When I right click there, no, yeah, but it's not coming. Usually it should come, no? Some problem with my, or shall I exit and back again? Who is the host now? I will end the meeting. Yeah, okay.